Hello everyone, Richard here once again. Today we're going to look at how you can create a beautiful form that can be sent out to your customers, to your friends, to your colleagues, to be able to get their opinion about stuff. And in order for you to be able to do this, we're going to explore this with one of the most freest tool on the internet, and this tool is called Google Form. So the aim of this video is to teach you how you can create a form using Google Form, and in order to do that, we're going to start by locating Google Form website. And to do that, let us start. In order to be able to locate Google Form website, what you just have to do is go to the internet and then you type Google Form. You type Google Form, it's going to be open to you. And of course, the very first one or the second one is what you're going to get with. So we're going to go with the second one, and then we're going to go to you click on go to forms, and this takes you to where you're going to select the kind of form you want to build, and this is our form environment. At this point you can select a form template which are already existing forms that are here. Maybe you just want them to just sign up, say quickly. Maybe you want them to maybe register for an event and all of that. You can just use any of these here. But because I love being thorough, I love starting my stuff from the beginning, so I'm going to say blank form. You see this blank form? Click on blank form. Now it's asking us to, this is our form. We have to title this form. And this is a way for you to also know where the response you're getting from is coming, is coming from. What form is bringing or generating the responses you've had. Maybe you've had a lot of forms in your dashboard. When you title your form, it helps you to know what or where the response you're getting from are coming from. So let us title this form. We're going to call it we're going to call it video request form. Let's say it's or let's say yes. We'll title it video request form. So let's assume that this is a form that allows us to get video requests from our friends or our YouTube subscribers, or maybe it could be something else. Maybe you want to get your customers to request for something, or let's say we want it to be a product request form. Yeah, I notice everybody might not have a video platform, so let's make it a video request form. And then at this point, we're going to type some little description. You see, after you put in the title of the form, at the bottom it's asking you to put a brief description. So we're going to write, okay, this form allows you to submit a request for a particular product from our business. This is totally free and we encourage you to be honest with your contact details. Okay, so this is a form that is going to allow us to, receive product requests from our customers, whether old or new. So we're going to start by entering the details we want to get from our customers. So this is kind of business, so we need to get our customer name, their phone numbers, we need their email addresses, then we need their location address. So that might be all we are going to need to get from our customers. So how do we put this in here so that when they come for this form, they can be able to enter those details for us? So in order to do that, you come down to this bottom. This is where you can be able to enter those details, and you can see this is a movable stuff. You can actually drag it up and down. So the first question we want to do is we want to ask them to tell us their name. So we say, okay, what is your name? Okay, now what kind of response are we expecting? Of course, it's going to be a short response. So you see, when you click at this part of the form, it's going to ask you, is it going to be a short answer or a paragraph? If you say short answer, it means just a few words are going to go in, maybe basically like the first and full name. And then if you say paragraph, maybe they want to write you a long text, maybe they want to explain something, maybe make a description. But for this first form, for this first input, we don't need that. We just want their name. So a name is basically like maybe just a few words like Richard Sunday, Mark Hopkins, and all of that. So let's say we just want to change it to your full name. What is your full name? So put a question mark. They're going to answer, and then this is one of the things that we're going to, And then now let us add another stuff. We want their name, we want their phone number, and then the next thing we're going to add here is you click on this plus here to add a question. Okay, but before you do that, let me quickly mention here that because this is a very important field, it's a field that we really, really need them to answer. So you're going to come down to the bottom here where they wrote required, and then you're going to turn it on. This means if they don't answer to this question, if they don't make any response here, they cannot submit the form. So let's continue by adding the next question, which will be, what is your phone number? What is your mobile number? And of course, you're going to enter the mobile number stuff. But I was trying to see if we could actually add something else, but I think that's fine. So let's ask them to give us their mobile number, and then this is compulsory question. And then what is the next question we want to ask them? The next question would be, okay, what is your email address? Of course, we're going to put that here. What is your email address? Okay, and of course, this is a required question, so it's still a short answer that they are going to have to make for us. And then we've gotten three now. This is what is your name, what is your mobile number, what is your email address, and then the next thing is your home address. Your home address. Of course, it's still going to be a short answer, and it is required just so in case you want to deliver this physically to them, maybe using a courier or logistics company. That is why we are going to get that. And then the next is going to be their country. We say okay, country, or no, let's say the city. Of course, this is also a short answer, and it's required. And then we're going to add another one. We're going to call it. We're going to say okay, state. Of course, still a short answer. They're going to write it down, and it's required. And then finally, we're going to put the country. Okay, but mind you can also what changes and call it what is your city? Okay, so we're telling them to tell us the city where they live in. They have to type in the city name, and then the state, and then as well as the country. And then lastly, we're going to maybe ask them if they have any special requests, and then we're going to put that at the bottom. So we can come here, we click on next question, and then maybe any special requests. Maybe they can tell us, I want the dress to be like this and all of that. But this depends on what you want. If you have a boutique, of course, you have to put in the size. If you are selling something else, maybe like food, you have to ask them what kind of food, and then you make a drop down of what you want them to put for you and all of that. So this is just a casual Google form for our customer to tell us about themselves and all of that, what is their city and all of that. And then let's assume we are selling, food. Okay, let's assume we are selling a food, or maybe we have a restaurant, and then we serve breakfast, and then we want to know the kind of thing that the customer really wants. So we can actually use another kind of entry to make them to be able to give us what we want from them. So we can say add more. Then when we add more here, we can say okay, what is your order? Okay, so at this point now I want them to tell us what they are ordering, and this is not going to be a kind of short answer. This one is, we want it to be a kind of check boxes, which means they can actually order so many things. And then you see here, we are going to here, when we click on this part, we're going to select check boxes. If you click on check boxes, now we want to put options, so we can say okay, jollof rice and beef. Let's say maybe this is a jollof rice shop, and then we can put another one. We can say okay, jollof rice and fish. Okay, we can also add another one. We can say okay, maybe eba and egusi soup. And then we can actually put extra one. We can say okay, We can say amala and a widow. So this is what we want them to offer or to order. And then we're going to say the next time, or the next entry will be, what is your mode of payment? So we can ask them, how would you like to pay? Then at this point, we can give them a checkboxes where they can select where to pay by cash, or do you want to pay by maybe card payments and all of that. So this is it. So we are now sure that this we are going to be able to, to make order, and they are going to tell us how they intend to pay and all of that. So once you select this now, you know we're going to be able to know how they wish to pay us for our product. And then this is just a simple form, and at this point this form is actually good to go. This form is good to go, and we can actually say, okay, in order for you to make this form go live, in order for you to save it, you're going to click here. But before that, I'd like to title this form, and I want to call it product request form. So you see it has been updated, and then at this point we can actually save it. And to save this, we just simply click here. When we click here, it's going to ask us how we want to get the form. So we want to actually get the form by, through the code, or let me say through the URL. You get the form by copying out the code. This is the code here, or sorry, this is the URL here. But however, you can also send the form out maybe through email. You can even send it out through Facebook. You can even embed the form into your website if you have one, maybe a simple website and all of that, maybe through your contact page or maybe to your order page. You can embed this form. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to just make it something that I can send out the form to people, and then when the people click on the form, they're going to be opened up to this. So let me show you how the form is going to be when people click on it. So I'm going to open a new tab, and then I'm going to paste the link. So I have pasted the link, and of course, see, the form is open now, and it's going to require us to sign in before we can actually be able to fill this form. Yes, that is that, but let us assume that we want to turn that off. So we're going to turn it off. We're going to turn that off so that it doesn't request. Some people some people get turned off when they see those kind of things. So we're going to refresh, and then we're going to view it again. So we are viewing this now, and this is the form we just filled. You see, so let me go ahead and fill it. I'm going to say my name is digital, which my phone number is 07011551155 and all of that, and then the email is digital. You can say digital at ymail.com, and then home address is going to be 14 Brook Street. And then what about the city? The city is going to be Hillside, and then the state is going to be New Jersey. And then the country, of course, is going to be, let's call it Nigeria. And then what is my order? I want jollof rice with beef. And how do we want to pay? I want to pay through card, and I'm going to submit this. When I click on submit this, of course, the response have been recorded. And then let me go back to my form and see what I got as a response. So you see, when you're creating this form, you're allowed to see the responses, and you can see that by clicking on responses. And now you see the responses here. I've actually gotten the answer I needed, and this is it. So one beautiful thing about Google Form is that it even simulates and creates an analysis of what you are doing. You can see it's giving me, an overview, a quick analysis of the response I got and all of that. So this is just how to create a quick form, guys. You can even you can even view it based on based on individual responses. You can view how individual respond to the form by clicking on individual, and then you can view the question, and then you can see the brief summary of everything that they did here. You can see all of that. So if you're looking for how to create a form with Google Forms, this is it, guys. So I hope you like this video. Remember that this is remember that this is Fast Giddy, and here we create amazing tutorials that shows you how to do things in an amazing way. So do well to subscribe to this channel, do well to help us share and like our videos, and ensure that you keep a date with us as we are going to produce more and more awesome content for you to enjoy. So see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye bye.